So good morning. It's about 4:30 on Wednesday. I'm headed to the gym. Today is a rest day and I'm probably gonna go just sit on the rower, get my steps in this morning. I had some coffee with the Frenchies, and how I do every morning is quiet, reading, drinking coffee, and just kind of chilling. So, but what I was thinking about this morning is kind of being able to build your identity in bodybuilding, making it your own. When I first started, I had no clue about, of course, what I was getting into. Just loved being in the gym and the food and all the stuff around it. But I think as the longer I've been in it, I've really created an identity for myself. And I did this a little bit when I was running marathons. I was super proud of it. You know, that was my passion at the time, and was always kind of sharing my runs and what I was doing and the races I was gearing up for. My style reflected a runner's style, and I've kind of done the same thing with bodybuilding, and I just think it's great to do that. I mean, I think if you have a passion for anything, you kind of become what it is that you're interested in. But what I kind of do, regardless of any sport that I've been in, and really I've only just been an endurance runner mostly, and competed in some Spartan races that were just fun. I kind of go hard, you know, like I definitely give it my all, and that's just how I train. It's how I live life. I push it, and God, that feels good. And so what I found when I was lifting, I was very much into the bigger look of females. Once I kind of got into it, especially as natural athletes, I just always loved that look of being jacked. When I first started, it freaked me out because I had only seen Olympians who looked jacked, and of course there's a reason for their jackedness. But I just loved the look of a feminine woman just stacked. And so I had some love there when I started. I was naturally gifted with some bumps on my upper body, and you know, I started, now it's like 9 years ago, and I've kind of created this identity for myself of being kind of a bigger female. And in 2018, I was just kind of browsing on Facebook, and I saw B-Style, which is an apparel brand by an artist in Brooklyn. He had this design on a baseball cap of a gorilla, and it was like nothing that I had ever seen before. And it was that one little moment that inspired me on how I wanted to present myself in the sport. And so I bought the hat, and my first routine, I think it was like probably my second physique routine ever, I put the hat on to the back. I had big hoop earrings. I had all the makeup on, was all glitzed up, looked very feminine, but a little bit gangster. And that became who I am today. So every time that I go on stage, like, that is my armor. You know, like, I am what I represent on stage, and I am that when I'm in training. I am that in life. Like, just bring the best you can be. And so what's really cool about the bodybuilding division, I think, over other divisions and classes is that because you get this routine, this opportunity to show yourself off, it really allows you to be individualized and different than everybody else on stage. And that, you know, I love to compete, and I would love to win a world title. I would love to be number one and win every show, right? but I'm not gonna. And what I realized, especially this last year, is that what I bring to the stage is not like anybody else. And I don't want to be like anybody else. If I don't win because I'm too big or I have a certain look, that's unfortunate. But man, every single day that I show up in the gym, like, I own that identity. I own my largeness and my bigness, and I carry that very proudly. And so I think regardless of the stage and what you're doing, like, finding out who you are in this journey is pretty badass. You know, I see some people who have copied my style, and at the beginning I was like, what the hell, like, that's my stuff. And but at the same time, like, that's pretty cool if other women want to look like that, because I think there's a beauty in being a little rough around the edges and building muscle and working really hard. And that is what I want to represent. And so, like every show, the routine is my favorite. It is the absolute favorite because you get to show everybody who you are. And so when I go places now, not to like toot my own horn, but like I get more excited about them. Like I just will come in and they're like, beast, beast, beast. And I've earned that. And I wear it with, it's my badge and I'm proud of it. And so no matter what happens, on the stage or, what other people's opinions are, like, that's helped create who I am. And, I see a lot of bikini competitors too, like on Instagram, or, like when I go to a show, they are the first ones time and time again to come over and like, I want to be you when I grow up, and touch my arms. I mean, it is quite flattering, but it just says so much about like also how beautiful and I think a lot of people look up to women bodybuilders, and I've encouraged other women to like cross over into other divisions. And they want to, like, it's amazing how many women actually want to step on the bodybuilding stage, but they're just so terrified of the routine. I mean, I talk to other pros and they're like, I hate the routine. And I'm just like, girl, I just want to strangle them, because I'm like, that is, you're able to show off who you are. And in a kind of a sport that I think a lot of people look the same. I think a lot of people have the same suits. They have the same jewelry. Like, you want to be able to stand out. And so for me, regardless of, kind of what the judges think or say, you got to own and be proud of the body that you're building and how you show it to people. And I'm already thinking about my next show and what kind of suit I'm going to wear that's going to match who I am and what I show people. And so if you're thinking about bodybuilding, think about it that way. It's the one division where you really truly can show your personality and who you are on stage and build it. And it's just a great opportunity to do that. And it's probably my favorite part about the sport is I'm proud of the work, and it took a lot of time to get here. And when I come in a room and someone yells beast, it just makes my day totally. Anyways, just some thoughts about the sport and some of the things that I love about it. Now I'm gonna go walk on the treadmill and then go home and maybe take a nap before work.